Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you guys how to some tips on mixing vocals with dubstep for nice vocals and for clarity. So yeah. Okay, so this was very hard for me when I first started making music. I always wanted to make music with vocals, obviously, and I was just so scared because I did it once and it was so bad that I could almost cry if I listened to it again. It was that bad, so I never did it again until recently. Ultimate Team is actually the first track I've got with vocals, well, other than Fake Stories that but this, I was so happy with how this mix turned out. Like I still can't even believe that I was able to mix this so well. And this is how I did that. So I already showed you, denoise your vocals, you've got your vocals, right? You throw them into your track. Now, vocals don't need to be sidechained too heavily because then you can't hear the words. So this is when I explained, if you watch my video about the multi-band sidechaining, okay, you should now make a whole new sidechain bus which is just for your vocals. So all it is, the sidechain bus just goes into your pre-master, and then everything that you want to get sidechained through that, you send into this. So you send so your snare, ready?
Glistening gleam, we shining like beacons of help navigating the seas. Massive esteem, so massive when actively chopping them seas, breaking them, making them weak. What I am dishing is something that you can't achieve. Take it from me, smashing this ultimate brother like Mario Link. Bowser indeed is what I can be when eating them seas, bones to the feast. Slaughter the sheep, not a goat, I'm a wolf and I'm haunting your dreams. So do not proceed, cause that anger will eat.
So this sidechain is different to this sidechain. So it's different drums, you can control it how you want. So the drop, you want it to sidechain a little bit more, but then in the vocals you don't want it to sidechain as much. So now that was tip number 1. So let's have a look at what I did to the actual vocals themselves. Where is my, here we go. So let's take a listen. So vocals, you have to layer them up for the nice thick sound. So I think I've only got 2 layers. I usually do 3 or 4 in hip hop.
Glistening gleam, we shining like beacons that help navigating the seas. Massive esteem, so massive when actively.
As you can see, the first thing I tend to do is to EQ, and it's because you want to straight away get rid of all the mud and all the hiss from the high end. So this is what I've done.
Chopping them seas, breaking them, making them weak.
And as you can see, I'm leaving room here for the kick and snare. So I'll do a little duck around 400 hertz where the snare hits, and then maybe here just a little bit just where the kick hits.
Yep. What I am dishing is something that you can't achieve.
So like you can see, it's very simple.
Take it from me, smashing this ultimate brother.
Now here I've done some scanning where I scooped out the frequencies, and I've done this before where it's this, so you play the sound.
Like Mario Link, Bowser indeed is what I can be when eating them seas, bones to the feast. Slaughter the sheep, not a goat, I'm a wolf and I'm haunting your dreams.
Scoop it out. So I've explained that before. So I've got 3 EQs, and all I did in this is OTT, because OTT really just like brings out the clarity in everything basically, but they work amazing on vocals.
So do not proceed, cause that anger were easy for woken the beast. This damage I bring.
And then I've got another OTT, I don't know why. Why do I have 2 OTTs?
Often I'm haunting your dreams.
Oh, well there you go, I guess it sounds okay. So 2 OTTs. Then I've got the exact same vocal, and I've got it laid up underneath. Now this is a crazy trick, right, that I learned off, what's his name? Hey It's Devron, or Hey It's Devon or something, he's a YouTuber. So shout out to him. He had a very interesting point. So what you do is, when you layer it up, you get one of the vocal layers and you just only scoop. Look at this extreme scoop. Now that's a little bit weird, right? But when he explained it, it's then, so you can only hear the high, right? So listen.
So do not proceed, because that anger were easy.
See? So it's only the high end. But then what you do is you then limit it. So it's all nice and like controlled and squashed. You bring it up. And then you add your delay. A little bit of a delay. A Maximus, I think it was for de-essing, if I can remember. I think this was on the de-esser. And then you add... Oh, there's no reverb on this?
Awoken the beast, this damage I bring.
Yeah, that's what he said. You add the reverb and then you push it up very on low volume, and then it adds like such a nice layer to your vocal. So that's how I do that. I actually should do that in a separate video. I'll actually do that next. I'll show you exactly what I mean, because some of you might be confused by this. And then is that it? I've only got 2 layers for that. Damn. Maybe that's why I came out so good, because I only fucking had to mix 2 layers. Okay, and then ad libs. Now this is up to you. If a vocalist is going to send you vocals with no ad libs, then I guess you don't need ad libs, unless you want to say, hey, can I add ad libs? But it's up to you. I did, because me and DZ record together, so
we're gonna give him something funky.
So that's just me talking shit.
We're gonna give him something funky.
Glisten and gleam, shining like beacons of help navigating the seas.
Right, hey.
So that's just me in the microphone going, hey.
Right.
And then this layer,
break them and making them weak.
all together.
Chopping them seas, break them and making them weak.
That sounds cool. So that is just vocal synth. And vocal synth is a dope plugin. I think I've done a review on that actually, or have I? Which I will do a video on. I can't remember. But that's basically just a vocal plugin, and it's just yeah, it like distorts the vocal, adds like formants and all, polyvox and all that cool shit to it.
Chopping them seas, break them and making them weak. What I am dishing is something that you can't.
So now levels, right? The levels is the most important part about a vocal mix.
Glisten and gleam, we shining like beacons of help navigating the seas. Massive esteem, so massive when actively chopping them seas, break them and making them weak. What I am dishing is something that you...
Let's have a look at how low I've got this vocal bus. It's at -6. Now that's weird, because when I first started making music, I never ever thought I'd get something that low, like the levels that low. But when you get to the mastering phase, it is true, the more headroom you leave, the cleaner your mix will sound. Like the cleaner the master will sound anyway. So I've actually got all the buses very low. So the basses are at nearly 4, sub basses -4, keys -4. I think the drums are like -3. So as you can see, the drums are actually the loudest part in the mix, and everything is mixed around the drums. So yeah, I'll play it just so you can have a little look at the levels here.
Can't achieve, take it from me. Smashing this ultimate brother like Mario Link. Bowser indeed is what I can be when eating them seas, bones to the feast. Slaughter the sheep, not a goat on my wolf, and I'm haunting your dreams.
So that's just a little like insight on the vocal mix there. Now another tip to what you do is, what I tend to do anyway, is I'll show you anyway. Hold up. So what I'll do is save changes. No. So I'll call it resetting yourself, and it's like when you you got the mix, it starts to sound a little bit like carried away. You then what the hell's going on here? Oh. Yeah, so what you do is you reset yourself, right? So it's like you turn all the levels on your bus down. So I'll show you. So let's just say the mix is going, right? I've got my drums all leveled up, whatever. You know, my drum bus is here. I've got the keys here, a bit of a mix going. Keys are here, hi-hats. So what you do is, I call this resetting. So, this might be a little bit weird too, but what I like to do is, I like to then take everything on the buses. Oh god, that's shit. So everything on the buses down. 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 So just the buses. If the mix is according in your like mixer slots. And then I like to close my eyes. I literally close my eyes. And then I get the drums up. So I close my eyes like that. And so I'm not using my eyes. I'm only using my ears. And I push and I push and I push till I get to a nice level, and then I stop. And you're going to be surprised at how low you might actually get. So this is when I'm in the mastering stage anyway. So yes, I'll get my drums to there. I'm like, okay, that sounds nice. All right, next, bang, eyes closed, push, 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 push. Okay, beautiful, bang, hi-hats, same thing, you know what I mean? And I do that till everything is sounding accordingly to my ear. So yeah, I'll do videos and stuff explaining resetting, what I call resetting the mix anyway. I had to do it for Ultimate Team because shit just got too out of control. Like, so I had to reset. And yeah. Okay, so that was just a quick little insight on like maybe if you're a bit more experienced and you just sort of had like need an idea on levels and shit. But yeah, next I'll go more in depth about like how to reset your mix without losing total control of your mix. So yeah, enjoy. This has been Frankfurt 27 and this was fucking track from scratch 67.